Welcome to Spine Chillers, where we delve into the darkest corners of horror and mystery. I'm your host, Ilona, and today we're diving into a tale that has haunted the whispers of folklore for generations. Buckle up and dim the lights because this story will send shivers down your spine. Our tale today is about the Red Moon's hunger. The Red Moon's hunger was not merely a tale. It was a living, breathing terror, an ancient evil that stirred with each crimson rise of the lunar behemoth. When the ordinary moon retreated, casting its pale, indifferent gaze upon the world, it was replaced by a crimson orb, an eye of malevolence that bled into the night sky. It was said that with the first blush of red on the moon, something unfurled beneath the earth, a creature born of shadow and moonlight, a grotesque amalgamation of beast and man. It was a titan, taller than the redwoods, its skin like cracked ancient leather, stretched taut over a frame of bone and sinew. Its eyes, twin embers in the darkness, burned with an inhuman hunger. Its hands were not hands, but monstrous clawed appendages that could cleave through stone. Its mouth, a chasm of darkness, was filled with teeth like daggers, each one dripping with an unnatural, viscous fluid. But it was not its physical horror that truly terrified. It was the aura of despair and desolation that clung to it like a shroud, a palpable sense of wrongness that chilled the blood. When the red moon was high, the world changed. A sinister silence descended, a quiet that was more deafening than any storm. Animals retreated into their burrows, their instincts screaming warnings that humans could not comprehend. The wind carried an unnatural chill, a whisper of something ancient and evil stirring. The creature was drawn to human fear, to the desperate cries that echoed through the night. It moved with a silent, predatory grace, its massive form gliding through the darkness like a phantom. Its victims disappeared without a trace, their bones later found, picked clean and arranged in macabre patterns. Children were told of the Red Moon's hunger from the moment they could understand. They were warned to stay indoors, to cover their windows, to never ever look up at the crimson moon. But fear has a way of igniting curiosity, and some, driven by a reckless courage born of youth, would defy the warnings. One such child was Anya. She was a curious soul, with a thirst for knowledge that burned brighter than any hearth. The night the red moon rose, she crept to her window, her heart pounding in her chest. The world outside was bathed in an eerie crimson glow. And then she saw it. A towering figure emerged from the shadows, its form indistinct in the moonlight, but its eyes, two burning coals in the night, were unmistakable. Anya screamed, her voice a tiny, helpless sound against the backdrop of the creature's inhuman world. The next morning, Anya was gone. Only a single, crimson feather was found on her windowsill. It was a chilling reminder of the night's terror, a symbol of the red moon's insatiable hunger. As the years passed, the tales of the red moon's hunger became more myth than reality. But old fears die hard, and on those nights when the moon turned to blood, a shiver would run down the spines of even the bravest. For they knew, deep in their hearts, that the creature was still out there, waiting, its hunger eternal. Anya was not merely consumed by the night, she was transformed. Days turned into weeks, then months. The village lived in a state of perpetual dread, the crimson moon a constant, malevolent presence. Children were kept indoors, their laughter replaced by whispers and shadows. The old woman, the village's protector, grew frail, her once powerful chants losing their potency. And then there were sightings, not of the beast, but of a child, a girl with eyes that held the cold, crimson glow of the moon. She moved like a shadow, silent and swift, appearing and disappearing without a trace. Some said she was Anya, returned from the abyss but changed, corrupted. Others whispered of a new creature, born of the Red Moon's dark magic. Whatever the truth, fear gripped the village. The once thriving community became a ghost town, haunted by the terror of the night. People huddled in their homes, their lives reduced to a monotonous cycle of fear and despair. One night, a brave young man, determined to break the cycle of terror, decided to confront the creature. Armed with nothing but a torch and a heart filled with courage, he ventured into the night. The moon was full, its crimson glow casting an eerie light on the world. He found her at the edge of the village, standing in the moonlight, her silhouette outlined against the crimson sky. She turned, and in the reflected light, he saw the truth. Her eyes were not human. They were deep pools of crimson, devoid of any warmth or empathy. The young man raised his torch, its light flickering in the wind. He called out to her, his voice trembling but determined, but she only smiled, a chilling, predatory smile that sent shivers down his spine. And then she lunged. The next morning, the young man was found, his body bearing the unmistakable marks of the creature. The village was in despair. Hope was lost, replaced by a cold, bitter acceptance of their fate. As for Anya, or whatever she had become, she continued to roam the night, a silent, deadly predator. The Red Moon's hunger had found a new vessel, and the villagers were its prey. Until next time, sleep tight.